So, good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is partnerships, basic consideration and formation. And since Bonifacio Day ngayon, sorry and thank you kasi you let us na magturo ngayon. You lend us your time. So, let's proceed na. So ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is we will define the definition of partnership. We will define the partnership, identify the characteristic of the partnership, explain the advantages and disadvantages of a partnership, distinguish between partnership and corporation, and identify and describe the different classifications of partnership and the different kinds of partnership, then outline the essential content of the articles of partnership. We will also talk about the SEC, registration and accounting partners. And lastly, partnership formation na ituturo ni Ate KAYSY. So, i-define na natin yung partnership. So, wait lang para makita. So Article 1767 of the Civil Code of the Philippines states that in a contract of partnership, two or more persons bind themselves to contribute money, property, or industry to a common fund with the intention of dividing profits among themselves. Two or more persons may also form partnership for the exercise of profession. So, nabubuo ang partnership dahil sa contract. So, when we say partnership, it is a contract. And when we say contract, it is an agreement by two or more persons. So, may tatlong characteristic ang contract, which we called as essential characteristic. And those are consent, object, and cause. Provided present yung tatlo, then mabubuo na ang partnership. So, yung consent, yan yung pagpayag mo na hindi ka napipilitan. It means kusang loob ka na nag-agree. Yung object and cause, pag object, yan yung i-contribute mo sa partnership. And yung cause, yan yung matatanggap mo. Yan yung isa din sa dahilan bakit ka nag-agree kasi nga may matatanggap ka. So, basically, ang contract, it could be written or through verbal. So, pag written, it means yun yung written sa paper. Yun yung may mga documents. Something like that. And then kapag verbal, yun naman yung pinag-agrihan lang nila by talking. And then when we say partnership, the person involved is two or more. So, no partnership will be formed if there is only one person. It should be two or more persons and they should bind themselves. By the way, pag sinabi natin two or more, ilang person ba ang limit nun? So, sa partnership, wala siyang limit. Next, people will contribute money, property, or industry. So, pag sinabi nating, so they could contribute money, which is, yun yung pinaka-common way that they can contribute sa partnership, or yun yung pinaka-common, sabi ko nga. And then, it could also be in the form of property. So, pag sinabi nating property, it could be in the form of computers, buildings, any non-cash asset that could be used by the partnership. So, we cannot contribute a property that is useless as far as the partnership concerned. So, for example, ang business mo is buying and selling goods. So, sabihin na natin grocery store. So, anong property ba ang magagamit ng grocery store? Sabihin na natin computers para sa sabihin na natin security, and then yung kapag magbabayad na yung yung customers. And then pwede din yung racks para sa storage ng foods, ganon, or pagdi-displayan ng goods. And then pwede ding refrigerator para sa mga frozen goods, and etc. na pwede pang magamit ng grocery stores as a business. And yung property, it is subject for appraisal. So the value of the property should be appraised in order to be accounted fairly. So yung last item naman dito na pwede na lang i-contribute is yung industry. So when we say industry, it is the expertise, skills, labor, or personal knowledge of one of the partners. Pwede siyang mag-contribute or pwede siyang i-contribute ng partner if wala siyang pera or property. So meaning that partner who will contribute industry will devote himself into the works of the partnership. So lahat yung nabanggit ko, yung money, property, or industry will be merged into a common fund. So when we say common fund, whatever is being contributed into the partnership, that becomes the property or magiging asset na siya ng partnership. And yung property na na-contribute ng isang partner, so yung property na na-contribute ng isang partner, it becomes common. Magiging common property na nila or common fund nila, with the intention to divide the profits. So with the intention to divide the profits among themselves. So let us take note that when these people form the partnership, the main reason for them to form is to generate profit, which should be shared among themselves. So it is really necessary or very necessary for them to agree on how they divide the profit. So kapag nagkaroon sila ng kita, dapat lahat ng partners ay mabibigyan. Hindi pwedeng yung isa lang or yung dalawa lang. Kasi ang unfair naman nun, di ba? So sabi din dito, 2 or more person may also form a partnership for the exercise of a profession. So para sa exercise of a profession. So for example, sabihin na nating accountant na ako, and then si ate nyo KAYSY, isa ding accountant. So nag-form kami ng partnership para gumawa ng accounting firm. So yung finorm ba naming partnership is an exercise of a profession? Ang sagot doon is yes, kasi ang tinayo namin is accounting firm. Pero kung ang tinayo naming partnership is selling shoes, ganon, or pagbebenta, then that is not an exercise of a profession given nga na accountant kami. So the partnership has judicial personality, separate and distinct from that of each the partner. So may sarili siyang, sabihin na natin, may sarili siyang identity na iba sa mga partners niya. And then, partnership resembles sole proprietorship, except that there are 2 or more partners of the business. So alam naman natin na sa sole proprietorship, iisa lang ang owner, unlike sa partnership. And then, each owner is called a partner. So, yung mga owner ng partnership is called partner. And partnerships are often formed to bring together various talent and knowledge. Partnerships provides a means of obtaining more equity than a single individual can obtain and allow the sharing of risk for rapidly growing business. So, a profession is an occupation that involves a higher education or its equivalent and mental rather than manual labor. So, Partnerships are generally associated with the practice of law, public accounting, medicine, and other professions. So, yung tawag dito sa partnership within this nature is general professional partnership. So, punta naman tayo sa characteristics of a partnership. So, number 1 is the mutual contribution. There cannot be a partnership without contribution of money, property, or industry to a common fund. So, meaning, lahat kayo ay pare-parehas na may ibibigay. For example, 3 kayo sa isang partnership. So, 3 kayong partner. So, hindi pwedeng yung dalawa is nagbigay, tas yung isang partner is hindi magbibigay. Dapat kayong 3 is magko-contribute either ng money, property, or industry. So, number 2, division of profit or loss. The essence of a partnership is that each partner must share in the profits or losses of the venture. Meaning, hahatiin between partners yung profit or losses. So, paano siya hahatiin? It depends na doon sa agreement nyo as a partner. And then, co-ownership of contributed asset. All assets contributed into the partnership are owned by the partnership by virtue of its separate and distinct juridical personality. So, medyo nabanggit ko siya ng onti kanina na kung ano yung kinontribute ng partner is magiging common fund na nila. So, kung ang kinontribute ni partner A, kung ano ang kinontribute ni partner A, ay magiging kay partner B na din. Since pareho silang partner or pareho silang part ng partnership. So, yung contributed assets naman, kunwari si partner A may house, car, and land. Pero ang kinontribute niya lang is yung car. And si partner B, mayroon siyang land and cash. And ang kinontribute niya is yung cash. So dito, yung car and yung cash, yun yung contributed asset nila na mapupunta sa common fund ng partnership. So number 4 is mutual agency. Any partner can bind the other partners to a contract if he is acting within his express or implied authority. Meaning, kung ano yung action ng isang partner, yun na din yung action ng other partner even without consent nung isa. So, provided that yung partner na gumawa ng action is nag-act within the scope of his or her authority. So either anong maging outcome ng action nung isang partner, either they earn profit or loss, damay pa din yung isang partner na walang alam or walang consent, provided that the act is within his or her authority. So take note na if yung act is beyond or outside his or her authority, siya lang ang and then yung outcome is not good or nagka-incur siya ng loss, siya lang yung mag-carry nun. Siya lang and hindi madadamay yung partner. Yung isang partner, I mean. So next is limited life. A partnership has a limited life. It may be dissolved by the admission, death, insolvency, incapacity, withdrawal of a partner, or expiration of the term specified in the partnership agreement. Meaning, may katapusan. Depende sa nasa agreement nyo, kaya siya limited life. And then, syempre, kapag may isa sa mga nabanggit dito is nangyari. So, for example, there is ABC partnership. If any one of the 3 disappears, or if may mamatay kahit isa lang sa kanila, isa lang sa partner, yung partnership will be dissolved. Yung ABC partnership will be dissolved. So, number 6, unlimited liability. All partners, including industrial partners, are personally liable for all debts, incurred by the partnership except for limited partners. Meaning, the debt of the partnership will be passed on to the personal properties of the owners, such that if the partnership's assets are limited to settle the claims of the creditors, and the partners may be required to fill in the gap from their personal wallets and pockets. And ang exemption nga dito is yung mga limited partners. Kung ano lang yung share ng limited partners, yun lang yung pwede nilang kunin sa kanya. Number 7, income taxes. Partnerships except general professional partnerships are subject to tax at the rate of 30% of taxable income per Republic Act 9337. So since business nga siya, partnership is isang form ng business, hindi siya makakatakas sa tax kapag may kita siya. And number 8, last characteristic is the partner's equity account. Accounting for partnership are much like accounting for sole proprietorship. The difference lies in the numbers of partners' equity account. Each partner has a capital account and a withdrawal account that serves similar functions as the related accounts of for sole proprietorship. Meaning, ito yung credit sa capital account. Dito sa partnership, since may mga partners na involved, kung mari si partner A and partner B, magkakaroon sila ng separate equity account. Kaya may partner A capital and then partner B capital. So, let's move on naman sa advantages and disadvantages of a partnership. So, sa partnership, it offers a certain advantages over a sole proprietorship and sa corporation. So, and it also has number of disadvantages. So, sa advantages versus proprietorship muna tayo. So, number 1, brings greater financial capability to the business. So, since may mutual contribution ang bawat partner, syempre, mas capable ang partnership na mag-operate or mas financially capable sila na mag-operate ng business. Kasi nga, hindi lang iisa ang owner. Hindi lang iisa ang owner. And syempre, may mga contributions pa sila. Unlike kapag sa sole proprietorship, isa lang yung owner and isa lang din yung mag-shoulder ng mga gastuses, di ba? And then when it comes to payment of debts, mas malaki ang possibility na mabayaran ng partnership yung mga utang compared to sole proprietorship. Kasi nga sabi ko nga, iisa lang yung owner and siya lang din yung mag-shoulder. And then number 2, combines special skills, expertise, and experience of the partners. Since hindi lang iisa ang owner ng partnership, excuse me, syempre mayroon silang iba-ibang capabilities na makakatulong sa partnership. And then like nang nasabi ko kanina, pwedeng ang isang partner, ang i-contribute niya is yung special skills niya, or yung expertise niya, which is yun yung industry. So number 3, offers relative freedom and flexibility of action in decision making. So bawat partners, they have the right to make a decision. Kasi like in the mutual agency, basta hindi lalagpas sa authority na mayroon sila. Sa advantages versus corporation naman, easier and less expensive to organize. And then number 2, more personal and informal. So move na tayo sa disadvantages. So number 1, easily dissolved and thus unstable compared to a corporation. So, kung gaano siya kadaling i-form, ganun din siya kadaling ma-dissolve. Kasi nga may mga nabanggit nga, kasi nga limited life din siya, 'di ba? Nabanggit kung ano yung mga pwedeng dahilan kung bakit madi-dissolve ang isang partnership. And then compared sa corporation na mas madaming involved na tao, then syempre mas kung ikukumpara natin sila, mas capable si corporation and mas unstable si partnership. So, number 2, mutual agency and unlimited liability may create obligations to partners. So, kunwari, yung isang partner is puro utang or puro damages ang nagagawa niya, syempre, hahabulin sila ng creditor. Pwede silang isue. And then, syempre, obligation na yon pag nangyari yon. And since mutual agency, damay lahat ng partners except lang kay limited. And then, since unlimited liability siya, extended yung obligation sa mga personal assets or property, personal property nila. And then 3, less effective than a corporation in raising large amount of capital. So, since sabi ko nga mas madami ang taong involved sa corporation, it is easy for them to generate capital compared to partnership na mas kaunti ang involved. So, punta na tayo sa partnership distinguished from corporation. So, una is manner of creation. A partnership is created by mere agreement of the partners, while corporation is created by operation of law. Meaning, sa partnership, yung people na involved here simply agreed to form a partnership. While sa corporation, it is created in accordance of the law. Unlike sa partnership, hindi sila pwedeng ma-form lang because of a mere agreement. And then next is number of persons. 2 or more person may form a partnership. And then in a corporation, not exceeding 15 people or person. And then sa commencement of juridical personality, in a partnership, juridical personality commence from the execution of the articles of partnership. In sa corporation, from the issuance of certificate of incorporation by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, sa partnership, after ng fulfillment or completion of articles of the partnership, ang commencement. While sa corporation, may mga steps pa siyang kailangang sundan may mga steps pa siyang kailangang sundan. And yung last step is yung issuance of certificate of incorporation na manggagaling sa Securities and Exchange Commission. And yung date na yung date ng issuance ng certificate is yun din yung date ng commencement. So, management. In a partnership, every partner is an agent of the partnership if the partners did not appoint a managing partner. In a corporation, management is vested on the board of directors. Sa partnership, isa sa characteristics niya is yung mutual agency na any partner can bind the other partners to a contract if he is acting within his express or implied authority. That makes the partners can act as an agent if walang assigned na managing partner. Sa extent of liability naman, in a partnership, each of the partners except limited partner is liable to the extent of his personal asset. Sa corporation, stockholders are liable only to the extent of their interest or investment in the corporation. Sa partnership, another characteristic niya is yung unlimited liability, in which yung liability ng partnership is up to the extent of their personal asset, except kay limited partner nga. And sa corporation naman, they only have a limited liability. Kaya in case na may obligation ng isang corporation, hindi liable ang stockholders doon at mas lalong hindi magagamit ang personal asset nila to satisfy such obligation. And then yung rights of succession. In a partnership, there is no right of succession in a corporation. While sa corporation, there is a right of succession. So, a corporation has the capacity to continue its existence regardless of the death, withdrawal, insolvency, or incapacity of their stockholders. While sa partnership, kung sakaling may mamatay, mag-quit, or maging insolvent sa kahit isang partners or may magre-replace ng partner, yung partnership is madi-dissolve. Yun yung kaibahan nila. And then sa terms of existence, in a partnership for any period of time stipulated by the partners in a corporation, not to exceed 50 years but subject to extension. Sa partnership, pwede siyang ma-form in indefinite period of time. Well, sa corporation naman, meron silang legal life na 50 years and pwede silang mag-extend. So, sa classification ng partners, we classify the partnership sa number 1, according to object. So, basically, may tatlo yung under ng object. Universal partnership of all present property, universal partnership of profits, and particular partnership. Unahin natin yung letter C, which is yung particular partnership. When we say na particular, yung partnership, specific mismo and na-identify na. Let's say na mayroon kang iba-ibang asset. May bahay, may sasakyan at pera. And ang kinontribute mo is yung sasakyan lang doon sa common fund ng partnership. So, is that a particular contribution? So ang answer doon is yes, particular siya kasi nga object. Object yung kinontribute mo. So particular. Sa madaling salita, ang co-ownership lang ng mga partner is yung sasakyan. And yung ibang asset like bahay and lupa ay hindi kasama since ang sinabi lang naman na kinontribute is yung car. So, hindi katulad sa universal na pag sa universal, binibigay mo ang lahat ng property mo or pati yung kikitain mo. Dahil nga, universal siya. Sa universal partnership, of all present property, all contributions become part of the partnership. So, ang sinasabi. So, sabi ko nga, ulit, sa universal, binibigay mo lahat. So, binibigay mo lahat. Meaning, lahat ng property mo or kikitain mo ay ibibigay mo. So, yung property, mafo-fall siya sa universal partnership of all present property. And yung profits naman, syempre sa universal partnership of profit siya. So, for example, is i-relate natin siya sa marriage. So, yung property daw ni boy, nung binata pa siya, ay mapupunta na din kay girl and vice versa. Ang tawag doon is absolute community property na same concept ng universal partnership of all present property. In a sense, in a sense na lahat ng ari-arian mo na i-contribute mo sa partnership, lahat ng ari-arian mo i-contribute mo sa partnership and wala kang ititira. Therefore, lahat din ng kikitain ng mga yun, yung mga ari-arian mo na kinontribute mo, presently, ay sa inyong dalawa na or sa partnership na. Siyempre, except dun sa mga future acquisition. Kasi nga ang sabi lang is yung present property. All present property. Itong letter B naman is mako-compare natin siya sa conjugal partnership of gains. Kung sa marriage, yung property ni boy nung binata pa siya is hindi magiging property ni girl if nagpakasal man sila and vice versa. Meaning, kanya-kanya pa din sila ng ownership. Pero, ang magiging share or joint nila is yung profit na kikitain ng mga property nila. And ganun din kapag kumari dito, mayroon kang old property, sa inyo pa din yung ownership nun. And hindi itra-transfer sa partnership. Pero yung kikitain naman nun is maaring mapunta sa partnership. So, dito na tayo sa according to liability. May chat. Okay lang, Rimalin. So, number 2, according to liability. First one is general. Meaning, nandyan yung essential characteristic ng partnership na unlimited liability. So, general partnership, if sakaling nagkaroon ng problem sa negosyo and nalugi, kahit yung personal properties mo ay, maski yung personal properties or assets mo, ay maaaring i-collect or kunin ng creditor. Matadamay kahit yung mga personal assets mo, even if hindi mo siya kinontribute. And we also have limited. Saan yung mouse ko? We also have limited partnership. Yan yung klase ng partnership na hindi lahat ng asset niya is kukunin ng creditor kung sakaling magka-problema. Hindi kasama yung personal assets mo. Kung ang makukuha lang or ang madadamay lang is yung kinontribute mo. Take note pero na may caution dito. If ang partnership ay limited partnership, kailangan mismo sa name ng partnership ay lagyan nila ng salitang limited or LTD. Pero dito din sa limited partnership, sinabi din na hindi pwedeng walang kahit isang general partner sa limited partnership. Bawal na lahat ng partners under limited partnership ay limited partner. Dapat at least isa sa kanila ay general partner. Kaso nga lang, ang downside dito sa limited partner, ang downside kapag limited partner, hindi siya pwedeng mag-manage. So, move na tayo dito sa according to duration. Gaano ba katagal ang buhay ng partnership nyo? So, letter A, partnership with a fixed term or a particular undertaking. Meaning, nilalagyan nyo ng specific na life. And next, we have partnership at will. One in which no term is specified and is not formed for any particular undertaking. So, when we say at will, it doesn't mean na walang katapusan. Kasi nga, nasa karakteristik ng partnership ang limited life. So, may katapusan naman dito sa partnership at will. Yun nga lang, hindi alam kung kailan matatapos. And kapag sinabing at will, hanggang kailan nyo gustong ipagpatuloy yung partnership. And then number 4, according to purpose. First is commercial or trading partnership. One is formed for the transaction of business. Meaning, na-form yung partnership nyo para magbenta or para sa pagninegosyo. Second is professional or non-trading partnership. One form for the exercise of profession. Ayan yung sa example ko kanina na kaming dalawa ni Casey is yung dalawang accountant na nag-form ng accounting firm para ma-exercise yung profession. And then number 5, last we have according to the legality of existence. So, meaning sa point of view ng batas. And we have de jure or de jure and de facto. So, de jure partnership, one which has complied with all the legal requirements for its establishment. Meaning, ito yung partnership na nag-comply sa lahat ng kailangan ng batas and nag-i-exist ka in the eye of law. Pag de facto partnership, one which has failed to comply with all the legal requirements for its establishment. When we say de facto, nag-i-exist ka in fact but not in law. Meaning, hindi pa lahat ng requirements is na-complete mo or in process of completion ka pa lang. So, move na tayo sa kinds of partnership. So, meron tayong 10 kind ng partnership. So, number 1, general partner. So, ito yung partner na kapag nagka-problem, pati personal asset niya is maaaring makuha or maibayad sa creditors. Number 2, limited partner. One who is liable only to the extent of his capital contribution. Meaning, kung ano lang yung kinontribute mo, hanggang doon lang ang pwedeng mawala sa'yo. But again, hindi ka pwedeng mag-manage. Capitalist partner. One who contributes money or property to the common fund of the partnership. Sa definition ng partnership, ito yung kind ng partner na nag-contribute ng money or property. Number 4, industrial partner. Siyempre, ito nasa capitalist partner na ngayon nag-contribute ng money or property. Natural, ito yung partner na nag-contribute ng industry or yung nag-contribute ng knowledge, skills, and labor. And then number 5, managing partner. one whom the partners has appointed as manager of the partnership. Ito yung partner na nagpapatakbo or nagmamanage ng business. Siya yung inassign. And then number 6, liquidating partner. One who is designated to wind up or settle the affairs of the partnership after dissolution. Siya naman yung partner na kung sakaling i-stop yung partnership, siya na yung bahala mag-process ng affairs for after dissolutions. And then dormant partner. Ito yung partner na hindi kilala and wala ding ginagawa para sa business. Pero kumikita siya. And silent partner. Silent partner, one who does not take active part in the partnership who does not take part in the business of the partnership, though may be known as a partner. So, sabi nga dito, wala siyang ginagawa. Pero unlike kay dormant, kilala siya. So, silent siya in the sense na wala siyang ginagawa as a partner. So, number 9, secret partner. One who takes active part in the business but is not known to be a partner by outside parties. Meaning, secret siya. Walang nakakaalam or nakakakilala sa kanya, pero may ginagawa siya. And then last is yung nominal partner or partner by estoppel. One who is actually not a partner but who represents himself as one. So, hindi talaga siya partner pero nagre-represent siya as if partner siya. Nag-act lang siya as a partner kahit hindi naman talaga. So, ito naman yung article of partnership. So, a partnership may constitute orally or in writing. In the later case, partnership agreements are embodied in the articles of co-partnership. The following essential provisions may be contained in the agreement. So, sabi ko nga, para maging legal ang isang partnership, kailangan meron siyang articles of partnership. Ito naman yung mga nilalaman ng articles of the partnership. Number 1, the partnership name, nature, purpose, and location. Number 2, the names, citizenship, and residence of the partner. Number 3, the date of formation and the duration of the partnership. Number 4, capital contribution of each partner, the procedures for valuing non-cash investment, treatment of excess contribution as capital or as loan, and the penalties for the partner's failure to invest and maintain the agreed capital. Number 5, the rights and duties of each partner. Number 6, the accounting period to be adopted. The nature of accounting records, financial statements, and audits by independent public accountants. Number 7, method of sharing of profit or loss, frequency of income measurement and distribution, including any provisions for the recognition of difference in contribution. Number 8, the drawing or salaries to be allowed to partners. And number 9, provisions for the arbitration of disputes, dissolution, and liquidation. So, dapat kasama tong nabanggit itong 9, dapat present to sa articles of partnership. So, a contract of partnership is void whenever immovable property or real rights are contributed and assigned inventory of the said property is not made and attached to a public instrument. So, sabihin na natin land. Example nito is land. So, magiging void siya as a contribution kapag walang inattach or present na public instruments. Parang sabihin mo na notaryo na file na may notary. And then, SEC registration. So, Dito, sabi, when the partnership capital is 3,000 or more in money or property, or yung capital niya, the public instrument must be recorded with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, kailangang mag-register kapag 3,000 or more yung capital nila. And then, kapag ano naman, kapag ang partnership having capital of 3,000 or more, kahit hindi siya nakaregister, is valid pa din siya and has legal personality. And then, this SEC shall not register any corporation organized for the practice of public accountant. So if ang corporation daw is or partnership is for the practice of public accountancy, dapat hindi siya i-register ng SEC. So the purpose of the registration is to set a condition for the issuance of the license to engage in business or trade. In this way, the tax liabilities of a partnership cannot be evaded, and the public can also determine more accurately their membership and capital before dealing with them. So, to register the partnership with the SEC, there are the basic steps to follow. So, ayun, ito nga yung mga steps para ma-follow. So, dito, the partnership shall bear the word company or co. And kapag limited partnership, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, kailangan yung pangalan ng business nila is may word na limited or LTD. And a professional partnership may bear the word company, associate, or partners or other similar description. And then ito yung articles of incorporation. Isasubmit nila yun sa SEC or SEC. So move na tayo sa accounting for partnership. So wait lang. So dito sa accounting for partnership, so wait lang. So, accounting for partnership. So, partnership and partners are considered as separate from each other. When partners with... Mali pala guys, sorry. So, accounting for partnership. So, next. The accounting for partnership is essentially the same as sole proprietorship. And ang pinagkaiba lang is madaming owner sa partnership. So, mayroong separate account bawat partners para ma-track yung investment, distribution and share of gains and losses nila. So, makikita natin dito sa illustration yung magiging presentation ng capital at drawing sa T account. So, alam naman natin lahat na ang normal balance ng original or ang normal balance ng capital and additional investment is credit balance. And then yung permanent drawings naman ay sa debit balance. So, ayun. So, next. Sa partnership, partnership and partners are considered as separate from each other. When the partners withdraw money from the business for personal use, the term used for such withdrawal of the money is known as drawings. Typically, partners do not wait until the end of the year to determine how much of the profits they wish to withdraw from the partnership. So, para ma-meet ng mga partners yung mga personal expenses nila, they customarily withdraw money in periodic basis throughout the year. So, ang partners drawing is debited to reflect assets temporarily withdrawn by him from the partnership. And so ito, 'di ba? Debit balance of the drawing accounting at the end of the year. So, and kapag Wait lang pala, balik ko dito. And kapag end of the year naman na, end of the period na kino-close na natin siya is kino-close, ito pala. So, and kapag end of the period na, and kino-close na natin ang balance ng drawing account sa capital accounts. Ayun, debited na siya. Nasa debit side siya. So, permanent withdrawals, ito yung mga drawings na direct or permanently na dinidecrease natin sa partner's capital with the temporary drawings. And while the temporary drawings naman is yung regular advances ng partners sa share of profits nila. And ang purpose of having drawing accounts for temporary withdrawal is para ma-record natin ang mga drawings ng bawat partners in every accounting period and para makontrol yung pagkakaroon ng drawing excess sa allowed amounts of drawings na nakalagay sa agreement. So, ito, ang normal balance ng withdrawals and loss is nasa debit side. So, yung share in loss, pwede siyang i-debit na directly sa capital account. And then yung share in profit is nasa credit side. Pero itong share in profit, pwedeng directly na i-credit sa capital account. So, next is loans receivable from or payable to partners. So, partners forms business as owned and managed by partners. And yes, pwedeng magbigay ng loan si partnership to its partners. As owners, you can decide what money will be put into and be taken out from business. There's nothing that prevents you from loaning the partnership money if they or one of the partners encounters financial difficulties. However, para ma-ensure yung influx ng money is properly classified in the partnership accounting. So, if the partnership withdraw money, if the partner withdraw a substantial amount of money with the intention of repaying, i-record natin siya as debit to loans receivable partner or loans receivable partner and should be classified separately from the other receivables of the partnership. And kapag ang partner naman is nag-lend ng pera sa partnership in excess of his intended permanent investment or in excess of his investment, i-credit naman siya sa loans payable partner account and classified among liabilities pero naka-separate from liabilities to outsiders. So, take note, yung loans payable to partners, kailangang bayad na after the claims of the outside creditors. After bayaran yung claims ng outside creditors in full. So, ayan lang yung sa part ko. Ang susunod na is si ate nyo KAYSY. So, siguro extend tayo
Tuloy ko na ba?
Ituloy mo na siguro pero i-cut na natin mga... Okay lang ba mag-extend hanggang 11:45? Okay lang siguro. Then ituloy na lang sa susunod na meeting. So, tuloy mo muna, KAYSY.
So, ayun. So, mag-move naman tayo sa partnership formation. So, dito, malalaman natin kung paano nga ba binubuo yung isang partnership and sino-sino yung mga taong involved and pwedeng mag-enter dito sa tinatawag na partnership na to. And dito din natin makikita kung ano yung mga adjustments na kailangan ng partners when forming the partnership. So, next slide. So, ayan. Una, under the valuation of investment by the partners. So, sabi, the books of the partnerships are opened with entries reflecting the net contributions of the partners to the firm. So, dapat nating tandaan dito na lahat ng assets na kinontribute ng partners is i-debit natin sa book ng partnership. Tapos, i-credit naman natin lahat ng liabilities na na-consume ng mga partners and a separate credit to each of the partners' net investment or yung capital. So second, partner may invest cash or non-cash asset in the partnership. So tandaan din natin dito na kapag ang isang partner is nag-invest ng non-cash asset, it is to be recorded at value kung anong napag-agreehan ng partners. So pag wala namang agreement na nangyari between them, so marirecognize yung contribution nila at fair market value at the date kung kailan na-transfer yung asset sa partnership. So, to make you more familiar, what is the fair market value? It is the estimated amount that a willing seller would receive from a financially capable buyer for the sale of the asset in a free market. So, ayun, next slide. So, dito naman sa adjustment of accounts prior to formation, sabi, in cases when the prospective partners have existing businesses, so their respective books will have to be adjusted to reflect the fair values of their asset or to correct misstatements in the account. So, need dito na i-adjust yung books ng mga partners kasi kung walang adjustments na gagawin, yung initial capital balances nila is magiging inequitable or hindi sila mag-equal. So, para mag-equal yon, kailangan i-adjust yung mga books nila doon sa existing businesses nila na nauna bago sila nag-form ng partnership. So, next slide is an illustration para mas maintindihan natin yung adjustment. So, ayan. So, Emerita Giron and Emerita Modesto form a general professional partnership. So, Emerita Giron will invest sufficient cash to get an equal interest in the partnership, while Emerita Modesto will transfer the assets and liabilities of her partner's business. So, the account balances of the books of Modesto prior to the partnership formation follows. So, ayan. Meron siyang cash, accounts receivable, office equipments, tapos accumulated depreciation, accounts payable, salaries payable, and yung kanyang capital. So sabi, it is agreed that for the purposes of establishing Emerita Giron's interest, the following adjustments shall be made in the books of Emerita Modesto. So, number 1, an allowance for uncollectible accounts of 5% of accounts receivable is to be established. Tapos, second, prepaid expense amounting to 30,000 were omitted by the accountant. So, it is to be recognized din daw. And third is the additional salaries payable amounting to 10,000 is to be established. So, next slide. So, ayun yung ang tawag dito. So, using the accounting equation approach of analysis, the adjustments are as follows. So, una, yung kanina, yung allowance for doubtful accounts daw, which is kabawasan siya sa asset. Kasi 'di ba yung doubtful accounts is contra asset account. So 15,000 yun kasi yun yung 5% ng accounts receivable ni Modesto na 300,000. So dahil kabawasan sa asset, so kailangan din nating bawasan yung owner's equity para magpantay sila. Tapos next is establish daw yung prepaid expense na 30,000. So dahil expense siya, additional naman ito sa equity and para magpantay, mag-add din tayo sa asset. So yun, 30,000. So number 3 is an additional salaries payable daw of 10,000. So that is an additional to the liability, yung 10,000. And para magpantay yun, we need also to reduce the equity of Modesto. So ayun. So below is kung paano siya i-entry. So for number 1, na-explain ko na kanina yung ano niya, yung kung paano siya ginagawa. So ano na lang natin, basahin na lang natin tong entries niya. So debit to Emerita Modesto Capital and credit to allowance for doubtful accounts. 'Di ba yung kanina, yung dito sa taas? Dahil kabawasan siya sa asset, i-credit natin siya. Tapos kabawasan din siya sa capital. So kaya naka-debit siya. Kasi yung tawag dito, yung normal balance ng capital is credit, di ba? So kapag binawasan natin ang capital, ilalagay natin siya sa debit. So 15,000 yan. So second is yung omission daw ng prepaid expenses. So debit to prepaid expenses na 30,000 and credit to Emerita Modesto Capital. So addition to addition to owner's equity, and para mapantay natin siya, mag-add din tayo sa asset. And the third one is debit to Emerita Modesto Capital and credit to salaries payable. So ang normal balance ng salaries payable, 'di ba? Dahil liability siya is credit. So dahil nadagdagan yung credit natin, para magpantay dun sa asset natin, dahil walang laman yung asset natin, bawasan natin yung capital natin ng 10,000. So ayun, ganun siya. So next slide. So dito naman, the adjustment prior to formation will entail debits or credits to asset or liability account. So to maintain the double entry system of accounting, a corresponding debit or credit to owner's equity will be made. So using T accounts, makikita natin dito na nilalagay natin sa debit side ng owner's equity account kapag ang asset is nag-decrease. Also debit an increase in liability, and also an increase in contra asset account. So while credit naman on the other hand is kapag nag-increase naman ang asset. Tapos kini-credit din natin kapag nag-decrease ang liability. And lastly, for the third, kini-credit din natin kapag nag-decrease ang contra asset account. So tandaan natin yung 6 na yan. So next slide. So in opening entries of a partnership upon formation, so a partnership may be formed or pwedeng mabuo in any of the following ways. So first is the individual with no existing business form a partnership. So for example dito is si Ate Irish and si Ate Roma without any of them having business. So nag-usap sila and napag-agreehan nila na mag-form ng partnership. So ganun lang siya. Pareho silang walang business. Parang individual person lang sila. So ayan, second is the conversion of a sole proprietor to a partnership. So dito meron ng existing business. And under nito is merong dalawa, which is yung una, sole proprietor and individual without an existing business form a partnership, or yung may business. Yung isa may business and yung isa walang business, tapos nagsama sila para mag-form ng partnership. And yung second is the 2 or more sole proprietor form a partnership, or yung dalawa or higit pa na meron ng sole business tapos naisip nila na mag-form ng partnership. Ganun. So third is the admission or the retirement of a partner. Ito yung pagpasok and paglabas ng isang partner sa isang partnership. So isa-isahin natin yan. So next slide. So ayan, dito muna tayo sa individuals with no existing business form a partnership. So sabi, the opening entry to recognize the contributions of each partner into the partnership is simply debit the asset contributed and credit the liabilities assumed and the capital account of each partner. So sinabi ko na yan kanina. So lahat ng asset, di ba kasi yung mga normal balance ng asset is debit. And normal balance naman ng liability and capital account is credit. So, ganun lang siya. Pag i-entry natin siya, i-debit natin lahat ng asset and credit to liabilities and equity. So, ayun, very basic siya. So, para maintindihan natin yan lalo, here is again an illustration. Next slide. So, ayan. On July 1, 2021, Nilo Burgos and Ray Fernan Refozar agreed to form a partnership. So, the partnership agreement specified that Burgos is to invest cash of 700,000. So, cash daw yung kay Burgos. And kay Refozar naman is yung land with a fair market value of 1,300,000 with 300,000 na mortgage to be assumed by the partnership. So, ito yung entry. So, di ba sabi ko kanina, i-debit natin yung assets, tapos i-credit natin yung liabilities and equity. So, una is yung kinontribute ni Burgos na cash, di ba asset siya. So, debit to cash, and yung kinontribute naman ni Refozar na land, na 1,3 kasi di ba asset din yung land. So, ayan, i-debit natin. And credit natin yung mortgage capital, mortgage payable, na 300,000, which is to be assumed by the partnership. Tapos, credit to Nilo Burgos Capital kasi dahil 700 cash yung kinontribute niya, so parang yun din ang kanyang magiging capital, 700,000. And yung kay Ray Fernandez Refozar naman, ang magiging capital niya is 1 million kasi yung fair market value nung kinontribute niya na land na 1,3 less the mortgage payable na 300,000. So, magiging 1 million siya. So, ayan, ganun lang siya. So, next slide. So, dito naman, after the formation, the statement of financial possession of the partnership is ito na. Burgos and Refozar statement of financial possession. So, nag-combine na sila dito. So, yung entry natin kanina is, i-convert lang natin siya into financial possession. So, dapat at the end of the accounting cycle, mag-balance pa din yung assets, liability, and equity nung nila, which is yung 2 million. So, una yung cash, tapos yung land, yun yung asset, di ba kanina, na 700,000 and 1,300,000. So, total nun is 2 million. Tapos, yung mortgage payable na 300,000, 700,000 na capital ni Burgos at 1 million na capital ni Refozar. So, ang total din nun is 2 million. So, ganun lang siya. I-convert lang natin yung entry kanina into financial position. So, next slide. So, sa sole proprietor and another individual form a partnership naman. So, a sole proprietor may consider forming a partnership with an individual who has no existing business. So, for example, dito is si Ate Irish is meron siyang business and naisip niyang makipag-partner kay Ate Roma na walang business. So, parang ganun lang siya. Parang, siguro dahil parang combination ng capital and industry. Kasi si Ate nyo Irish, meron siyang business. So, ibig sabihin, malaki yung capital niya. So, pwedeng ang mai-contribute niya sa partnership is yung capital niya. And si Ate Roma, dahil wala naman siyang business, tapos baka siguro magaling siya sa parang pwede siyang magamit sa business. So, meron siyang industry na may contribute. So, parang ganun. So, the asset and the liabilities of the proprietorship will be transferred to the newly formed partnership at values agreed upon by the partners or at their current fair prices. So, ayun, dahil may existing business na, bago pa. So, ayun. Saan na ba ako? So, ayun. Dahil may existing business na, bago pa ma-form yung partnership, so, yung mga asset and liabilities is kailangang ilipat. So, next slide is an illustration for that. So, ayan. The statement of financial position of Leopoldo Medina on October 1, 2021, before accepting Giancarlo Dalangin as a partner is shown as follows. So, ito yung statement of financial position ni Leopoldo Medina. So, meron siyang business before. So, meron siyang cash na 60,000, receivable na 30,000, accounts receivable na 230,000, which is yung totoo niyang accounts receivable, tapos meron siyang ang 1,000 yung magiging total. And meron siyang merchandise inventory na 80,000, 60,000 na furniture and fixtures, less his accumulated depreciation of 6,000, so 54,000 yan. So, ang magiging total assets niya is 454,000. So, dito naman sa liabilities and owner's equity niya, meron siyang notes payable, accounts payable, tapos yung capital niya na nag-total into the total liabilities and owner's equity na, right? Next na ba? Ay, sorry. So, next slide. So, ayan. So, Giancarlo Dalangin offered to invest cash to get a capital credit equal to 1/2 of Leopoldo Medina's capital after giving effect to the adjustments below. So, Del Mundo accepted the offer. So, dito, meron 6 adjustments na kailangan gawin. So, una, yung merchandise daw is kailangan ang value niya. So, the accounts receivable is estimated to be 95% collectible. So, ibig sabihin, dahil 100% less 95%, so meron dong 5% na doubtful. So, ibig sabihin, parang imposible na siyang ma-collect. So, 95% lang daw doon yung collectible. So, third is accrued interest accrued on the notes receivable will be recognized, which is yung 10,000 daw with a 12% rate dated July 1, 2020. 12% rate dated August 1 naman, 2021. So, fourth is the interest on notes payable to be accrued at 14% daw na rate annually from April 1, 2021. So, fifth is the furnitures and fixtures daw to be valued at 46,000. And sixth is the office supplies on hand na na-charge daw siya to expense sa past is amounted to 4,000 is di magagamit daw siya. So, sa book ng partnerships, so the following procedures may be used to record the formation of the partnership. So, sa book doon ni Leopoldo Medina, so meron tayong 2 adjustments. So, una, i-adjust natin yung asset and liabilities niya in accordance with the agreement. So, lagi nating tatandaan na sa partnership, laging ang unahin nating i-take consider is yung agreement na mag-ano tayo sa nilang contribution. So, adjustments are to be made to his capital accounts. Tapos, second is i-close na yung book niya para mag-enter na tayo sa book ng partnership. So, dito naman sa book ng partnership, first na kailangan natin i-adjust is to record the investment of Leopoldo Medina. And second is i-record natin yung investment ni Carlo Dalangin. So, the following procedure, so here are the entries. So, sa book muna ni Leopoldo Medina, na capital na 14,100, debit also to office supplies. Ito yung mga adjustments na nabanggit kanina, yung 6. 4,000 tas interest receivable of 700. So, next slide. So, credit to i-credit naman natin sa merchandise inventory na 6,000, allowance for uncollectible accounts, which is yung 5% kanina. Kasi di ba 95% collectible. So, na 2,800 and the accumulated depreciation of 8,000. So, yun yung unang adjustment kasi 'di ba i-adjust daw natin yung asset and liability niya. So, second naman is i-close natin yung books ni Medina. So, para may close yung books niya, lahat ng laman ng financial position niya is kailangan nating isara. So, ang gagawin natin dito para ma-close siya, lahat ng debit, ang normal balances kasi ng asset, di ba, is debit. So, lahat ng asset, i-credit natin. Tapos, yung liabilities and equity, i-debit natin para ma-close siya. So, ganun lang siya. Yun yung second na adjustment. So, pumasok na tayo sa books ng partnership. So, sabi, i-record, yung una doon, sabi, i-record natin yung investment ni Medina. So, dahil na-close na yung books niya, ipasok na natin yung mga laman ng dati niyang libro dito sa book ng partnership. Natin siya dito sa sa book ng partnership. So, yung lahat ng assets niya. Tapos, i-credit natin yung liabilities and yung equity. So, ayun. Tapos, second is, i-record naman natin yung investment ni Dalangin. So, di ba, nag-contribute siya ng cash. So, debit to cash of 149,950 and credit to Carlo Dalangin Capital. So, next slide. Ito, hindi na natin ito i-discuss. So, ayan. After the formation, the statement of financial position of the newly formed partnership, and yung next mo na, ayan. Is ito na. So, Medina and Dalangin. Hindi, yung isa pa muna, yung i-back mo pa muna. So, ayan. Yung mga assets and liabilities, pati yung mga equity nila. So, ito na yung financial position nilang dalawa. So yung asset niya, meron siyang total assets na 592,650 and nila pala. And yung liability and owner's equity nila is merong total na 592,650 din. So, ayun. Na-convert na yung mga kanina dito. Yung mga entries, nilipat na natin siya into financial. Next slide. So, ayan. So, dito merong 2 or more na tao na parehong may businesses na before na nag-agree to form a partnership. So, here is an illustration. So, on June 30, 2021, Geogracio Corpus and Estrelina Guevara, a friendly competitors in a certain line of business, decided to combine their talents and capital to form a partnership. So, ayan. Dati silang magkakompetensya sa business, pero naisip nilang i-combine yung capital and talents nila to form a partnership. Kasi meron silang mga businesses before. So, yung total assets and liabilities and equity ni Geogracio Corpus is total of 290,000. And yung kay Estrelina Guevara naman is meron siyang 310,000. So, next slide. So, ayan, the conditions and adjustments agreed upon by the partners for the purpose of determining account balance, account and bank reconciliation on Corpus proprietorship cash, account revealed cash short. So, meron daw cash short and unrecorded expense na 3,500. Ay, 12, 12,1. Ay, okay. Wait lang. So, ayan. So, dito sa number 1, meron daw, cash shorts and unrecorded expenses of 3,500. So, second, establish daw yung 10% allowance for doubtful accounts in each book. So, mag-ano tayo ng separate na allowance for uncollectible accounts na 10% doon sa dalawang, tama, 2 slides na lang. Separate books ng mga partners. And third is merchandise inventory of Guevara is to be increased. So, dagdagan daw ng 10,000 yung merchandise inventory ni Guevara. And dito naman sa fourth is bawasan natin or i-depreciate natin daw yung furnitures and fixtures ni Corpus ng 6,000. And fifth is the delivery equipment of Guevara is bawasan din natin ng 9,000 kasi nag-depreciate daw siya ng 9,000 pesos. So, sa new books of the partnership, so the following procedures may be used in recording the formation of the partnership. So una, sa books ni Jugracia Corpus and Estrelina Guevara, i-adjust natin yung accounts of both parties in accordance with the agreement. So yun, again, lagi tayong mag-stick una sa agreement ng partnership and adjustments are to be made to the respective capital accounts. So number 2 is i-close na yung books nila. And next is, pag pumasok na tayo sa book ng partnership, i-record natin yung investment ni Jugracia Corpus and as well as the investment of Estrelina Guevara. So, next slide. So, ito na. I-entry na natin. So, sa book ni Jugracia Corpus, so i-debit natin yung Corpus Capital na 19,500. Tapos, credit to cash of 3,500. Ito na yung mga laman ng mga nila. Financial position nila kanina. So, i-entry natin, no? Tapos, yung mga adjustments. So, ayan. Allowance for uncollectible accounts na 10,000. And also, a credit to accumulated depreciation kasi nag-depreciate yung delivery equipment. So, ayan. Tapos, dito sa second is debit to accounts payable. Na to, di ba? I-close na natin. I-close na yung books ni Corpus. So, i-debit natin yung accounts payable. Di ba yung sinabi ko kanina, lahat ng liabilities and equities na dating credit, dahil yun yung normal balances nila, i-debit natin. Tapos yung mga asset is i-credit natin. So, ayun, para ma-close sila. So, dito na tayo sa books of Estrelina Guevara. So, first is, merchandise inventory. Kasi, di ba, mag-add daw tayo nag-increase daw yung merchandise inventory ni Guevara ng 10,000. Tapos, yung capital niya na 7,000. And credit to uncollectible accounts. Kasi, di ba, both of them, maglagay daw ng 10% na uncollectible accounts. So, 8,000 yung kay Estrelina Guevara. Accumulated depreciation naman, dahil nag-decrease din yung furnitures and fixtures niya naman ng 9,000. So, yun, para ma-record yung adjustments kay Guevara's capital. And second, para ma-close yung books ni Guevara, again, i-credit yung mga credit, i-debit, and lahat ng debit, i-credit. So, yun, alam niyo na yun. Asset, yung mga asset, i-credit, and liabilities and equity, i-debit. So, next slide. So, ayan. Dito naman sa sa book na ng partnership, ito naman yung mga kailangang i-adjust. Ay, hindi. Pumasok na tayo, sa book ng partnership. So, lahat ng mga ni-close natin kanina sa books nung dalawa ni Corpus at ni Guevara is ilalagay natin sa book of partnership. So, i-debit natin una yung yung investment ni Corpus, which is yung cash, accounts receivable, merchandise inventory, furnitures, and fixtures. Tapos, i-credit natin yung liabilities and capital niya. So, next is yung kay Guevara naman. Ganun din yung gagawin natin. Ipasok na natin lahat ng close natin kanina na accounts doon sa books nila. So, ibabalik natin sila sa kanilang normal balances. So, debit to cash, accounts receivable, merchandise inventory, the delivery equipment, and i-credit natin yung liability and equity. So, dahil tapos na tayo sa entries, yung mga entries na yan, i-convert na natin into financial position. So, dahil nag-combine na yung mga accounts nila from assets to liabilities and equity, So, ito na yung magiging statement of financial position nila. So, meron silang total asset na 573,500 and a total liability and owner's equity na 573,500, sorry. So, ayan. So, balance siya yung asset and total liabilities and owner's equity. So, ayun. Ganun lang siya. So, next. So, ayun. Tapos na pala. Ayan. Ate Roma, balik na ulit sa'yo. Thank you.
Thank you guys for lending us your time and for listening. So, pa-open na lang ako ng mga cameras to take pictures. Okay, noted, Irish. So, sino ang wala dito? Wawalo tayo. Casey, ako, Ana, Rimalin, Ina, KARRAH. Sinang wala? Si April. Pero umaten siya kanina. So, ayun. Baka akala niya wala na. Pero okay lang. So, titake ko na. 1, 2, 3, smile. So, ayun. Thank you ulit guys sa pag-lend ng time kahit Bonifacio Day. Kahit holiday dapat and pahinga. And ayun, sorry kung nag-extend din tayo ng medyo mahabang oras. So, ayun. Thank you again. Next meeting, mag-answer tayo ng problems. And thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.